Time now for Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace, former Ottawa Senator Jason York, and Graham Nichols.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Coming In Hot. Brent Wallace alongside Jason York. Graham is off today. Yorkie, I just have one thing for you before we get the show started. Jake, hit it. Yeah. Blue Jays are in. Did you watch? Why is Yorkie frozen? Jake, what did you do? This is not the start I was looking for today. Well, anyway, Blue Jays are going to the World Series as we wait for Yorkie to come back to me on the shed. You know what? I swear to God, he's on the shed Wi-Fi. Is he reconnecting, Jake? No? All right. So Yorkie, I was just having a chat with about the show. Couldn't figure out how to work the show. This show is always brought to you by Bet365. It's never ordinary at Bet365. That is for sure. Tonight, the Ottawa Senators will take on the Edmonton Oilers. Can Ottawa hand Edmonton a 4-game losing streak? Can Ottawa turn their game around? Lineup changes we'll get to. Tim Stützle playing on the wing. Lots to discuss, as always. Travis Green said they don't have a 40 or 50 goal scorer in their lineup. Do you agree or disagree? Feel free to come in with your questions as soon as the guy that answers the questions, the so-called smartest man in hockey who can't operate a laptop. We'll see what happens. He's not even close. Let's get right to some business. I'll take care of some business so we don't slow the show down whenever Yorkie does get here. This show brought to you by Shoeless Joe's, which is Tuesday, and that stands for wings on Tuesday. Get in and see them for $10 wings. Very meaty, very good, very saucy if you want them that way, or dry. Also Wednesday, Big Burger Energy, and then Thursday, of course, is half price wine and $10 flatbreads. Shoeless Joe's in Orleans and in Kempville. They do a hell of a job. And on game nights, don't forget $9 buds. Apparently just packed there last night watching the Jays game. Did everybody else watch the Jays game? That would be the question. And also by BEI, our good friends in the Ottawa Valley. Looking for aggregate, topsoil, custom crushing and screening, all that stuff. Give BEI a call, heavy civil general contractor. They will take care of you. Also, they're looking to hire in all kinds of positions. Just send in your resume to them at HR@BonisherExcavating.com. Give them a call, 613-432-1120. Bonisher Excavating, helping to shape the Ottawa Valley. Now, question is, here's the lineup. Well, I should say Arthur Kaliev has been sent down. So that, and they haven't recalled anybody as of yet. They still can, obviously. So I've inserted Curtis McDermott into the lineup, waiting to see if that's the case or somebody gets called up. But if they don't, they have McDermott or Nick Matt-Palo will go into the lineup possibly as 11-7. I don't know if Travis Green's big on doing 11-7. We'll wait and see. But I expect McDermott, if nobody gets called up, to play that. The interesting part is, and I was going to have a chat with Yorkie, who has apparently fallen in a well. Tim Stützle's on the wing. Would you have put Dylan Cozens on the wing or Tim Stützle on the wing? Not that it really matters when you're in the offensive zone because you play your F1, F2, F3. On the wing, it's a little easier coming back playing defense. That will be interesting. As Alex says, I thought Cozens looked good on his off wing. See, that's why I'm with you. And Tim Stützle, 70% faceoffs. That's a hell of a job. I know he'll still take draws depending on which side of the ice it's on, but that's what's interesting. Don't know where. I have no idea where Jason York is at the moment. I apologize. The other part is Michael Amadio's moving over to the second line with Claude Giroux and Shane Pinto. Based on how this group looks. Oh, that's funny, Maddie. Yorkie's in queue for Jays tickets. He may very well be. Do you like this lineup the way it is, or would you change it at all? Here comes one Jason York. Back to the show. Were you on Shed Wi-Fi? Oh my God.
I all prepared, coffee ready, come on the show, and I'm like, no, I'm on shed Wi-Fi, and my computer just frazzled out.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. Listen, I've got an appointment today with Bell. They're coming to fix the issues. I'm gonna have to eliminate shed Wi-Fi because it's causing a lot of issues.
Jenny, this is not funny.
It's causing a lot of issues in this house. Shed Wi-Fi.
Or just in your house, eh? No other issues anywhere else.
Well, there's a tiny thing with the podcast too that you're just like,
Welcome to the Brent Wallace Talk Show. I thought I did really well. Maybe Jake put up a poll of how well I did for the first 5 minutes of the show. When I didn't. So did you hear the Jays off the top?
I heard nothing. I was gone. I was gone into the black hole, into the abyss. No. Did you have a little Jays segment for everybody?
Yeah. Now you could just, by the way, and I was going to bring it up, but T Dot in K Town says just disable the auto connect with the shed Wi-Fi. Your pain is not funny, but the shed Wi-Fi is. No, it's not. It's not funny. Jake, if you're not busy, you can play it just the one time. You remember when that came out?
Oh, I remember. It was so good. Listen, as soon as Springer hit that dinger, like I have this weird thing in my mind that's this word association game my mind always plays with me. So as soon as Springer hits it, I'm like, PB&J. And there's no, Wally? Tell me you've seen that commercial.
With
Springer and Vladdy. It's the best commercial.
It's not.
PB&J. J and PB. PB. Agree to disagree. Well, that's what I thought about when he hit when Springer hits it. I'm like, that's a PB&J. Anyways, crazy. I thought they were done.
3-1. Like, and they had nothing going.
Yeah. I'm like Bieber's. Could have been a lot. Like anyways, that's been their MO all year though, right? Just coming back. They
lead the league, right? In comeback. There is a poll up in our chat if you're not following along of how well I did while Yorkie was gone. Yeah. And then I didn't make a poll, and just so you know, Yorkie, here are the two. I can't see it now. Where is it? Either watching paint dry or he did great. That's hurtful, Jake.
One more thing on that Jays game last night. When Bassett came in, and so they brought in two of their starters, right? They brought in Gosman and they brought in Bassett. I'm like, why are they taking Bassett out? He was unbelievable. Like this guy was feeling it because Hoffman's had so many struggles this year. But hey, kudos to Hoffman. He came in and was just throwing gas. Anyways, exciting stuff. It's crazy, eh? It's crazy how boring baseball is during the regular season. And I played baseball growing up. I love the game, love playing it, but it's a tough sport to watch.
Okay, too many games, Yorkie.
Exactly. There's too many games, but it is what it is. Like it's crazy. Like
go to a 16-team playoff. Why not?
Anyways, the playoff baseball is unreal. Like the drama last night, the big dumper is waiting to come up. If he doesn't get 3-3 down, the big dumper is coming up. Like there's just so much drama going on.
I agree.
How about this? We haven't even talked about this.
Well, it's because you weren't here for the first 5 minutes.
Vladdy wearing the Austin Matthews jersey coming into the stadium.
I do appreciate the tweet from, I don't know who it was from. This will be the most Austin Matthews has contributed to a Game 7 or something. So there's nothing like pro sports or even I'll say sports in general when it comes to like live theater, right? Like you just can't manufacture the way drama is made in pro sports or any sport for that matter. That's why it's fun to watch, right? It's unscripted. It's the best. It is by far the best.
It's it's my old friend Steve Lloyd says reality sports is the best reality television show ever made.
Which is why the rights are, one of the reasons the rights are so high when it comes to TV contracts. The other is that you can't fast forward or rewind it, right? If you are on social media, you already know the score, so you have to watch it live. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of live sports. Now, wait, how do you think they'll do against the Dodgers?
Well, I have no idea. I haven't watched the Dodgers that much. It'll be a great series. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing Ohtani play. I haven't seen him very much. I think
They were
I don't know.
6-0, I think, this year against.
Yeah. Well, the good news is Hoffman seems to have figured it out because that was their Achilles heel. Like he blew so many games down the stretch. Like your bullpen was so inconsistent. And now Varland looks pretty good. Hoffman looks good. Like you can pull back. I'd get Bassett back in that rotation in the bullpen. Like he's a gamer.
The one thing I still can't stand and never will appreciate is handing the trophy off to an owner.
Well, as soon as Ross Atkins started talking, it was like Buzz Killington.
Did you go back though and see him just shove the trophy at George Springer?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Like it's come on, I get it. Everyone's excited. Like I'm just joking around, but
stop handing it to them. It's the players on the field. Even I'll take the manager or coach.
How about John Schneider donating to the swear jar about 3 times? He's just letting the F-bombs fly. Yeah. You can see how much his players love him, though. Like
well, why wouldn't you? Like for exactly that.
Yeah. No,
there's nothing. I don't find there's any show about him. Like when he comes out to talk to an official or an umpire, like there's no. I just need to show up. Everybody. He just. You see the love that he has for his player. Anyway, I think it's great.
Yeah. He reminds me a lot of Barry Trotz, the way he conducts himself and how he puts the players first. Same kind of.
I saw Barry last week when the Nashville Predators were in town.
Yeah, did you chat to him? You guys chat up? How's Trotz doing?
I think he's doing great. Could probably. I haven't looked at their standings record lately, but they could probably use a few more wins like every team.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of high drama, today the Ottawa Senators take on the Edmonton Oilers, Yorkie.
Ooh.
And as I brought it up in my little soliloquy off the top, Tim Stützle playing on the wing on that top line today, alongside Dylan Cozens and Drake Batherson.
I saw that. This is not controversy, but this is intriguing. So I thought I was seeing things because when I was going through the stats, and then you and I had a chat just before Shed Wi-Fi went on the fritz, Tim Stützle is leading the NHL in face-off percentage right now. Leading.
Like 70.7 or something, 70%.
Like small sample size, 6 games, but he's currently at 70.9% in the draws. Actually, the Sens as a team are doing really well in the draw.
First in the league.
Pinto's 4th at 63, and then Dylan Cozens is 9th at 60.6.
They're 61.5% overall. That's an amazing number, really.
And that's tough to keep up during a 82 game schedule, but that used to be the thing with Stutzle. Like, hey, you want to start with the puck, so why don't you put him on the wing? Because everybody, I'll say this about the way the forward position's played now. Once the puck is dropped, it's a system, and every team does the same thing. It's F1, F2, and F3, and what that means is, so on the forecheck, everybody knows what it is on the forecheck. If the F1 is the first guy in, he'll go in and forecheck first and dictate where the puck's going to go, and then the F2 support sometimes takes up the wall, sometimes he goes 2 on the puck. It depends what system you're playing. It's either a 1-2-2, 2-man, or whatever it may be. But where it becomes really important is when you back check, because it's not always the center that's playing down low. Everybody just assumes, well, if you're center, you play down with your defense all the time. Not in today's game. It's the same thing on the back check. F1, whoever that first guy is back on the back check has to play center. He has to play down low. So it all depends on what happens once you're coming back into the zone, who's going to play center. And then after that, like, that's the thing. Like, it's not always going to be Stutzle in the middle or Cozens in the middle, or sometimes Batherson might be down low. It's like when the puck's dropped and you win it back to your D, your center is going to curl and you're going to go into your formations. So that's face-offs is when guys really stick in their positions. But once the puck is live, it's all scrambled. So is it an adjustment? I would say a minor adjustment. The one thing about Stutzle, Wally, I do like him being my center because I think he takes care of so much of your transporting of the puck through the neutral zone and then into the offensive zone. Like he is an automatic breakout and zone enterer.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is. So if you get him on the wing, yeah, sure, he can slash and dart behind D and you can use his speed wide. But I would rather come out with control. But hey, you got to try. I understand this. You got to try some things. And that line was really good. Cozens, Batherson, and Stutzle. Like, man, they were good, Wally. And you got the luxury too. If you look at the way this is built now, it allows you to put Greg as your third line center, and which I really like, and Pinto as your second, which the way he's playing right now, he should be your second line center. So. Yeah, you know what? Give it a try. See how it works. Why not?
So if you were Travis Green or if you were behind the bench, is Cozens your center or your winger?
Well, he's my center.
No. Like, are you leaving the lines the way they are?
If I'm coaching the team right now, well, the other thing too, I don't mind this, Wally, because the other thing too is, depending on where your face-off is, you'll go strong side. So on your strong side, Stutzle will take all the draws, and on the other side, Cozens. So this gives you more of an opportunity to start with the puck, kind of like when Giroux was playing with Stutzle. But I know what the argument is. Well, Cozens can get up and down the ice a little better than Claude right now at this point. Claude's still a great player, but Cozens plays with a lot of pace. So I see why they're doing it. And you've got right now two of the best face-off guys in the league. You're going to start with the puck. And Batherson, I've always said this about Batherson, he plays really good with good players because he knows how to support pucks, make plays, make passes. Cozens is going to be a nice defensive presence. Yeah, you know what, Wally? The more I look at it, I would give this a try because you've got Pinto and Greg coming in at 2-3 who were really good players. And sometimes Stutzle will start in the middle. Like the more I look at it, the more I like it.
The issue I have with this is it just shows the lack of depth at winger.
Well, now you got more depth.
No, you have your number one center playing on the wing. That's why that's a sign you don't have the depth up front. They don't have the speed, and they don't have the
because
depth.
your best winger's hurt. So your best,
I know.
you're one of the best players in the league. If you get any top player in the league hurt, like your best player, your captain, you got to try some things. And they're already a little bit lean. Problem is, the problem is Zetterlund's not off to a good start. And I said, remember we chatted about this, like what are the biggest unknowns moving into this season? It's like, will Fabian Zetterlund be able to score? So far, he hasn't. Still, small sample size. He might figure it out. Hopefully, he figures it out. But because of that, like he's now demoted to the fourth line. But I just think you got that luxury with Ottawa has right now. Ridley Gregg has a chance to be a really good third line center. Really good. And like he could be that hard nosed, just nasty third line center. Pinto's, Pinto now is getting the Patrice Bergeron comparisons, right? Oh, he reminds me of, I think we were saying that like 2 years ago, remember? We were doing those comparisons. Very few teams have the depth that Ottawa has at center, Wally. I
agree. They just don't have any depth on the wings.
Yeah, but we were trying to figure the lines out earlier this season. We're like, oh, yeah, we'll put Greg as the fourth line center. You can't put Greg as the fourth line center. You need him on the ice more than that. This, like I said, watch when they drop the puck. You'll see Stützle at center, whatever it turns out to be, how many, 40, 50% of the time, because he'll take strong side draws. And Cozens will take strong side. And then the way Timmy plays too, there's a lot of weaving with the puck. Like you'll skate up, you'll change lanes. Like there's a lot of hockey's not like the 1970s where everybody just stays in their lanes and you go up and down the ice. No, it's a lot of east-west. And it's especially the way Stutzle skates. He skates like a snake up the ice. He's always darting in and out, and it takes a special player to play with him. He's a tough guy to play with, like because he's unpredictable, Wally. So
Well,
I like what I saw from these three guys last game. I'll tell you that.
I do like the fact that Giroux is with Pinto and Amadio, so the line name of Gap Line still remains, even with Greg not being there. So that's a bonus for me.
Yeah. So let's look at that.
And Yorkie, as I said when you weren't here for what seemed like 20 minutes,
I know.
McDermott, I'm assuming, draws into the lineup, although they could possibly go 11-7. They haven't, as of yet, called anybody up.
Yeah. No, the other thing too is you could go 7D. Do they have 7 healthy D right now?
Yeah, Nick Matt.
Yeah, I could see Matt and Powell getting thrown in as a 7th D potentially. Get some of your better forwards. Get some of your better forwards on the ice more. Like you could throw Stutzle on for a 4th line center, or put him on the wing with Eller, whatever. Just, I'm a big believer when you got injuries, try and get your best players on the ice more.
I also think this is a 3-line game. Like we may see Zetterlund play with Pinto, Amadio at points, right? Like Lars Eller somewhere else. I think it's a 3-line game.
Boy, Zetterlund really needs to get a goal here to get his confidence going. The longer it goes, the more you start doubting yourself. What's he on, a 2-year deal? He's on a 2-year deal, yeah. Zetterlund, I believe he signed a 2-year deal, Wally. But I still think he'll figure it out. What do you think? What do you think?
It's a 3-year deal. And
is it a 3?
Yeah, he signed till 2027, 2028. I didn't like it last year. I still don't like it now.
The trade?
Yeah, like I don't think that he's a 2nd-line winger. At least hasn't shown enough in his time in Ottawa, and I don't really care that he played 20 games and it's somehow not enough to figure out the player. Players get less opportunity than that to play in the National Hockey League. I just haven't seen it from him yet. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't deny that he's got talent. He just can't finish.
Well, he can finish. He's scored in the league before. Like scoring.
I only care what you've done for me lately, Yorkie.
What have you done for me lately?
Right? Like, there's nothing. Let me put you this way. Theo Mann, 613. Zetterlund is playing like a 4th-line winger. He's done nothing right now to show that he is anything but where he's at in the lineup.
Well, that's why he's on the 4th line.
I know that's my point, but the only thing that says he's not a 4th-line player is his contract.
And he's scored in the league before, albeit I'll say this. There is a difference scoring on a last place team versus scoring on a playoff team. It's a different kind of pressure. The goals you score are in games, because when you're on a bad team, because I've been on bad teams and I've been on good teams. When you're on a bad team and you play a good team, that team always has kind of a letdown against you. Like, you know the old saying, when you're a good team like a Vegas or a Florida, teams are always bringing their A game because they know if they don't, they're going to be embarrassed. When you play bad teams, you kind of let your foot off the gas a little bit. The guys on the bad team will get a lot of goals in a 5-3 loss or a 6-2 loss, and you'll get your goals, and they just don't come with as much meaning and as much. It's still the NHL. It's still tough to score in a league. Like, don't get me wrong. It's very, very difficult, but I always bring back, I call it the David Vabourney rule of thumb, Wally. You know David Vabourney? Do you know
former
David
Edmonton Oiler? Yeah. He's
former
a big-time AHL guy. That's why I know.
No. David Vabourney would be money in the bank for over 20 and 50 points in Columbus. And every year Columbus missed the playoffs. And every year David Vabourney got his points and he got paid. And he lived happily ever after. And but there's a lot of David Vabourneys in the NHL.
Yes.
And that's the problem is, it's like, can a David Vabourney score on a good team once there's really good players competing with a David Vabourney for said goals? And that's where the issue is. So right now, the question is Fabian Zetterlund David Vabourney? That's what we don't know yet.
Right. All right, moving on, because I I don't know what else to just
Everyone's now hockey D being David Vabourney.
You know what? I should just have that stat board standing by every time we do a show. It comes up like every 10 shows. I made a boo-boo in my parlay today, and it's either going to pay out handsomely or cost me $10. Here, Jake, you know what? Let's just do it. This show brought to you by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in on all the action, use code NATION. All kinds of J parlays last night, but I did make a J's parlay and it failed on me miserably. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. Ontario only. If you or somebody who has a gambling problem, visit connectsontario.ca. Okay, so Yorkie, the Edmonton Oilers favored today to win against the Ottawa Senators. I picked, here's my parlay. Tim Stützle to get a point. I think that's all right. Jake Sanderson, 2 shots on goal.
I like that.
Ridley Gregg to get a point because he's on the power play. I think he might be able to bang something home.
I think so, yes.
Okay. And then I thought I picked Drake Batherson to score a goal.
Okay, that's a lot of things that have to go right for this parlay of yours.
However, Tim Stützle on the power play, Drake Batherson, there's a chance he just bangs it in. There's on the first line, all that stuff. Yeah. However,
yes,
I picked Drake Batherson to score the first goal. However,
yeah.
If
there's a lot of howevers here.
Yes, there is a lot of what ifs. If I can succeed in this parlay, the $10 bet will pay $780
for $10.
For $10.
$10 is like the price of a latte right now. It's at Starbucks.
Yes. So I made a small boo-boo. I thought I would get the Drake Batherson. I don't know what I was doing. I should have had more coffee. But I made it for him to score the first goal. So everybody cheer for Drake Batherson to score first.
Yeah. Do you know what? I like your bet. $10 to win that. That's a very good return, Wally. It's like a risky penny stock right now with a little bit of upside in it.
Right.
How come you don't? I had some money as I did a Super Bowl bet last year. I had some money I'm like, hey, I got some money in this betting account of mine. Cause I don't bet. Just Super Bowl and that's it. I like doing the shots on goal and the blocked shots.
Yeah, like so I almost picked Jake Sanderson for a block shot.
Yeah, but I did one the other day. It was a Vegas Calgary. It was like Mark Stone to get a point, Jack Eichel to get a point, Dorofinov to get a shot on goal. Then I had like 3 other guys to get a shot on goal, and like shots on goal aren't that tough to predict, especially because it's usually the same guys all the time.
Right.
I don't know why more people don't bet the shots on goal.
So
a lot easier.
It is. I almost took Stützle for 2 shots on goal, or was it 3? And I was like, Sometimes you anyway. And the reason people is they want the higher reward or the higher return.
Yeah. I just did a nice little $20 bet on the shots on goal parlay, and I won $60. I was quite happy with myself.
Wow, look at you. So anyway, there's my parlay today that I'm not feeling very confident about.
Well, I liked it until you threw the the chances of both Batherson and Gregg scoring in the same game.
No, Gregg just needs a point.
Oh, just a point. Okay, I don't mind that. Can you flip it? Can you flip it and say Gregg goal, Batherson point?
No, Batherson has to score first at this point.
Has to score first. Okay. Well, that's why $10 turning into $700 if it all goes well.
Yeah. So let's just hope I fluked into this by accident.
Okay. We can always hope.
Yes. Speaking of getting paid, so there's Elliot Friedman talking about Shane Pinto and the ongoing contract negotiations. Now, 2 days ago, he said Pinto was offered, I believe I'm not taking this out of context. He was offered perhaps an 8-year deal, or it was discussed about 8 years. And it looks like, then he said yesterday that the Pinto group perhaps is only looking at a bridge or maybe a 2-year deal. One of the reasons is because of the cap. If you were Shane Pinto's agent, and what would you decide to go with?
So Shane's coming off a bridge deal, correct? So he's going to go bridge to bridge. He's a 2000, which makes him 25 years old this year. So if he signs a bridge, it takes him to 27 when he's still going to be in his prime. Like, hey, if it's like you, Wally, if you want the big bet 365 payday, you're signing a bridge because you got the cap's going up. It's going well above 100 million. A guy that, depending on what he was offered, I don't know what he was offered, but just look at guys like look what Kaprizov is making right now. And I know Shane Pinto and Kaprizov, different players, but that just brings everybody up. It's so tough for me because the money we're talking about now, all the money these guys are making now is life-changing money. Like, correct. It's life-changing money. Like, even like, let's be honest, like you're making $5 million a year, which is soon going to be like average in the NHL. Not the average salary, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm making $5 million. Yeah, but this other guy's making 15. Like $5 million a year US is a lot of money.
Yep.
Depending on the number of the 8-year deal, Wally, like, I don't know. Personally, for me, this is just my own opinion, I'd have a tough time turning down an 8-year deal if someone offered to me with a significant amount of money. There's just, you just never know it's one
correct.
thing. It's one thing. And I'm the biggest Shane Pinto fan. I think everybody on this show, me. Everybody on this show is, Wally. We've all not called it, but see the potential in him as a young player. What's happening right now? He's leading the NHL in goals. Is that going to continue? Like, is he going to continue to score at this clip? You'd have to think the way the Senators are built, Stutzle's not going anywhere. Cozens isn't going anywhere. Does Timmy stay on the wing? Like, there's a lot of different unknowns, right? So for me, it would depend on what that number is on the 8-year deal. Like, is like, I don't even know what it is right now, but if it's a pretty good number on 8 years, you'd have to consider it. Like, you'd have to consider it. I know the cap's going up,
but
like
here's
when you're when you're guys like McDavid and when you know you're the number one player on the team and you know that's not changing, and you just know your value is always going to be there.
Yeah.
There's not as much risk. And I don't think there's a lot of risk with Pinto, but there's some.
So the argument I would see at the other side of this is he's a guy that potentially, how many goals can Shane Pinto score this season? Like, he's on track for, and not this per game goal. Like, he's obviously going to hit lulls. I think he's a 30 goal guy perhaps this year.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have far to get, and maybe it's 25. But so every time that he scores right now, that number's increasing. And if he leads this team in goals, that number's going up. And there's no reason to think, based on the way he has played each season, that his value doesn't continue to increase. And there's nothing to say that Shane Pinto could not be the number one guy on this team if he continues to produce points. Like, I understand the pecking order at the moment. I get it. But if he's better than Tim Stützle, you move him to find room. Do you not? So if I'm Shane Pinto, I take the 2-year bridge deal and then I get paid in 2 years.
Did I just hear you say if the Senators moved Tim Stützle, a lot on the lineup.
Yeah.
He moved to the wing. Yes, he moved.
No, even like don't get me wrong. Like, what if he is your second line center? That means you got a really good lineup.
So this was just to play devil's advocate. And I'm going to tell you the other side of this. Less than 6 months ago, the Sens didn't even have Shane Pinto on the power play.
Until Steve heard our show.
Like, if you want to get paid top dollar in the NHL, more times than not, you need to be on the first power play. Because if you're not on the first power play, you're not the odds of you scoring 30 in this league are really, really tough. Like, it is a tough league. This just in, it's tough to score in the NHL. So it's almost like right now is the perfect storm to negotiate. You got Brady Tkachuk out of the lineup. You got Pinto leading the team in goals. If he continues at this clip, he's going to have all the leverage in the world right now. But once Brady gets back and everything kind of sorts itself out, is Shane Pinto going to continue to be on your first power? Well, he's on the second right now. Is he going to continue?
He was on the first when Brady was there.
No, he
because
wasn't.
Batherson was out.
Yeah, but there's another thing. Like Batherson's usually going to be there. Who knows what's going to happen? Like you just don't know. Like we don't even know what's going to happen with the Sens right now. Like what if they have a terrible year and they miss the playoffs and there's all kinds of upheaval, and it's just, I'm just saying if it's an 8-year deal at a really good number, because right now his bargaining chips are going up and up and up. Will that be the same 2 years from now after your bridge deal is done? And what if other guys are like Kachuk's getting all the goals and Stutzle's getting all the goals, and you've now gone back to your role of just a 2-line it's still a very, very important line, but a guy that's back to 20 goals. So there's some risk there, Wally. There's some risk. And I think he is a power play guy. I've been saying this for 2 years, but I don't know if well, obviously they didn't believe it last year because they didn't put him there. So there's so many.
That's not what they didn't believe him as being a power play guy. They wanted him on the ice after the power play.
Well, if you believe in a guy in a power play, you're thinking he's going to help you score. So I'd rather have the goal on the power play versus thinking about what's happening after.
Sometimes you got to try and play a little defense. Sometimes Ole Lixell has been recalled.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you do? Like it's an interesting debate because it all depends what the number is too. Like if they're saying, yeah, we're going to give you an 8-year deal, and the number's a lot lower, then you're like, no, I'm going to do the bridge. But if it's something that's like, hey, I got to think about that, then there's a conversation.
Correct. If they were to go, hey, here's $10 million for 8 years, sure, but that's not happening, right? Yeah, get out of the way. I'll sign it for you.
Well, even
would 8 like? I don't know that you can pay him as the same as Tim Stützle.
You just give him a little bit less because after it's done, eight times 8 is a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
I bet you he could pay me my $50 if he ever had to.
I don't know about that.
Like, so Tim's at 8.3, Brady's at 8.2.
Yeah.
Dylan Cozens is 7.1.
Yeah.
Like, I would. If there was an 8 in front of it, maybe, but we're just picking numbers out of the sky. If I'm Shane Pinto, I think because he's young, going to bet on himself and do 2 years.
If I'm getting an 8x8, I'm signing it. No questions. Because you don't know what's going to happen 2 years from now. Like you're not going to need more money. You're not going to need more money than 8 times 8. You're not.
So I don't know that. Is there a 8 in front? If Dylan Cozens is 7.1, Shane Pinto would be in that area, would he not?
Yeah. Well, look, like everyone's talking about that Lane Hudson contract. Like he's right off the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
He's Montreal's number 1 defenseman for the future and for right now. And he just signed, I believe it wasn't it 8 something for a long-term deal. So huge. That's going to be a huge discount in the future because he's the guy they're building their whole offense around, their whole power play. So, and like it's just, I think that the Kaprizov contract was like, I get it. You're trying to get guys to stay in Minnesota, and he had all the leverage. But boy, oh boy, 17 million, like 17 million. I still can't get over that.
It's mind-boggling. I don't know that you offer Shane Pinto, like if you're Steve Stais and company and you think he's your 3rd-line center, you don't pay him more than your 2nd-line center, do you?
Yeah, but it's a contract. You don't think of it that way. It's a contract signed today that's going to age out over time, and it's just that's what happens. But I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying that if there's an 8 there, there's obviously thinking about it. I'd have a hard time saying no.
Okay. Let's.
Most people would.
I don't know, Yorkie. I think today's player is feels pretty confident. in their game.
Yeah, absolutely. And do I think he can get more? Absolutely. If he continues to play, I'm just saying there's lots of different options on Ottawa. And things will change. Like Giroux eventually is going to retire, who's a right shot forward. David Perreault is eventually going to retire, who's a right shot forward.
Zetterlund won't be here. Like there's gonna be
Zetterlund's your winger.
Like there's lots of guys that'll be moving out of this.
Yeah, the issue is you've got two centermen that are both right shot centers in Cozens and Pinto.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're saying they're trading at Shane Pinto? Okay, no, this will be good.
No, they're not trading.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. I think it's a short-term deal. Let's get to the Edmonton Oilers game because Edmonton comes in having lost 3 straight, and they're not like they can't score goals at the moment. The one Connor McDavid he's just washed up. He hasn't scored this season. He may never score again. It's a joke, Yorkie.
I was just worried over my head.
He's got points in the first 6 games. He just didn't have a point last game. This is interesting to me, but they have owned Ottawa in Ottawa, and I know how much you love history. Is that Charlie?
Yeah.
Charlie's
she's a McDavid fan. She likes Connor McDavid. She heard you dissing Connor.
Well, he has points in 7 straight games against the Ottawa Senators, 5 goals, 13 points. In 26 career games, he's got 13 goals, 46 points. Leon Draisaitl has 26 games played against the Ottawa Senators, 38 points. He's had a 6-point game, a 5-point game, a 4-point game. He's had 2 hat tricks. He's done really well.
Is playoff Leon the best player in the world, Wally?
Yes, next to Shane Pinto, we've discussed this. Yes. Versus Edmonton, Ottawa is 2-6 at home in its last 8 games, 3-14 in the last 17 overall versus the Edmonton Oilers. By the way, Jake Wallman is off IR. I don't know if he's in the lab because I don't think they skated yesterday.
Yeah.
So those lines are based on the last.
Hey, speaking of contracts, how about the deal Jake Wallman signed?
Massive deal, right? 7-7, something like that.
7-7, and like before he got to Edmonton, like he wasn't a top 4D, but it just shows you situations, times change, and yeah. McDavid's like, yeah, I'm going to take a lot less. Jake Wellman, I'm not taking less.
Pay me right now. Last things about the tonight. Linus Ullmark 3-3-1 against Edmonton. Remember, it was Edmonton last year when he got hurt with the back injury in December 22nd. He hasn't beaten the Edmonton Oilers since 2021. Stuart Skinner's 5-1 lifetime against the Ottawa Senators. There's by the way, Tim Stützle 4 goals, 6 points in his last 5 games against Edmonton. Let's see what happens. How do you feel going into tonight's game? Ottawa's been, well, for 2 days they've been kicked around. I don't know what the right word is. They've been told to clean up their game. Does that happen tonight?
They've been feeling shame. They've been thinking.
Listen, did you listen to? I don't know if you heard Linus Ullmark yesterday. He was like, you know what? I screwed up on the winning goal.
I heard that. Yeah.
Regularly, he fully admits and takes accountability for that play. Does he have a bounce back game? Do the Ottawa Senators respond?
Well, I look at it this way, Wally. You've had some time now between a game where against the Islanders where you should have won that game. A lot of guys made some mistakes. You probably had some very direct to the point video meetings. There's probably some guys called out. There's probably some meetings, hard practice. And you have Edmonton. I like it when you have a really good team coming to town, albeit Edmonton, they got some guys that are off to slow starts. I think they'll bring their best tonight. If Ottawa considers themselves to be a playoff team this year, considers themselves to be a a team that's on the up and up, they'll show up and they'll play tonight. And I think Travis Green will have these guys ready to play. That line of Cozens, Stutzle, and Batherson, they were good, as we mentioned last game. I don't see them not bringing it tonight, Wally. I don't see it, and I see Allmark having a bounce back. The stats don't look great with how Draisaitl's played against Ottawa. When you watch Edmonton play, it's pretty simple. Stay out of the box. Like their power play is ridiculous. Like I don't know what the stats are right now, but those guys make a living on the power play.
They're 18th right now.
Yeah, but it can turn like that, Wally. It can turn like that. Like and they're the only team in the league where their first unit stays on for the whole 2 minutes. and like it's crazy. It's crazy. Why not? You got Draisaitl and McDavid, and they'll just keep doing their little thing. But if Ottawa is disciplined, don't take dumb penalties. Don't allow those guys to go on the power play. I like their chances. And I think Allmark gets back to being a little more consistent.
Do you think the Edmonton Oilers like diamonds?
You can't leave Draisaitl all alone down low with all kinds of time. You can't. You can't. So they'll pick you apart.
There's gonna have to be some kind of adjustment. No,
they gotta pick their spots when to be more aggressive. And it's tough because Draisaitl and McDavid, if you pressure them, they can make you look foolish. So I'm absolutely certain they've watched Edmonton power plays. They're figuring out some schemes of how to disrupt things. It's gonna be tough. There's a reason these guys get so many points, Wally.
So if you had to, what's your score of the game? Can they keep? There's a poll up in our chat. Very good on the polls today, Jake.
Yeah.
Can they keep 97 and 29 off the score sheet? What
Probably not.
The score of tonight's game is.
I see maybe a nice 5-3. Maybe a 5-3 empty netter, 4-3, boom, little empty netter. Dylan Cozens gets the empty netter, 5-3 win.
But my concern is if they get into a run and gun game.
Yeah, holding a team like that to 3 goals is pretty good. And it's the problem is there's so many soft calls early on in this NHL season that you're seeing guys do things like, what did I do? I just had my stick there and it grazed his shin pads and the guy fell down. It doesn't matter. You're going to the box. It's he watching the games. There's ridiculous calls being made. So, and you're handing out power plays like Halloween candy right now. It's crazy. Well,
they haven't scored more than 3 goals in a game this season.
Well, that's good.
That's
good.
I'm concerned that maybe one of these days they've gone 0 for 4 in their last 2 games on the power play.
I just think if Ottawa doesn't show up tonight, because I've been in situations like this before, when your coach doesn't call out guys personally, but calls out the team for not playing the right way, for playing sloppy and all that stuff. There's usually, if your team has any kind of respect for themselves, and this team does, they're going to show up. They're going to show up. I've got no doubt. As long as Allmark saves the ones he should save, this team, I think they're going to come to play tonight.
I still don't understand, and it was asked yesterday, and even Travis Green thought, that he was disappointed in how they aren't playing the same way they played last year. I wonder if those details come into tonight's game. I think it's a detail-oriented game for the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah. Don't turn the puck over at the blue lines. We talked about this yesterday. They got to win more one-on-one battles. You can't lose, and everybody talks about the Spence one. That was in open ice. But I'm talking about the plays on the boards. I'm talking about when your winger gets the puck. I'm talking about when you're trying to get the puck back. Just win more one-on-ones. Don't make the careless mistakes. Get the saves you're supposed to make. Clean up the penalty kill. Get one on the peeper. You'll be fine. It's not a complicated game. Hockey's not as complicated as people think it is. It's And I guarantee they've gone over all this stuff in their meetings, and it's just simplify things and don't beat yourselves. The old Ottawa Senators, before they cleaned up their act, how many times did these guys beat themselves? Even when last game against New York, they beat themselves.
Yeah.
New York didn't beat them. They beat themselves.
Agreed. So is it a case? So they're going to go into meetings, right? They're going to see, I'm assuming they'll see their video on McDavid and Draisaitl as usual.
Yeah.
When you know you're playing arguably like the two best players in the game, does it change the way you approach that game as a little more like intense where we've got to be a little dialed in here? Like, is this perfect timing to face the Edmonton Oilers or not?
It's a great test, especially for your D, because if your gap's not good, if your stick's not good, like if you have any kind of mistake you make defensively against McDavid, you've got a chance to look stupid. Like remember remember the Morgan Riley play when he came down 1-on-1 and poor Riley went the wrong way and McDavid just like the last thing you want as an NHL player, obviously you don't want to lose, but you don't want to be that highlight that's going on the reel. You know, they keep repeating at nighttime. Like when Nedeljkovic there, San Jose's goalie, went out and tried to play the puck last week. And I think they showed him whiff on it and Vegas went over him. You don't want to be that guy. And that's the scary thing when you play McDavid. He can make you be that guy. So I think it's good timing. Edmonton, though, the scary thing is, like sooner or later, they're going to catch fire. Like they're not going to continue to play the way they are.
Right,
two of the best guys in the world. So you got to, yeah. Well, I agree. It's good timing to make sure you tighten it up, you get back to what makes you successful, and stop making stupid mistakes. Win more one-on-ones, and the way to play McDavid is make him play in his own zone. So whenever he's on the ice, your F3 stays on top of him. Everything goes deep, and you make him defend. If he has to defend, a lot tougher to score when he's defending versus, I'm playing against McDavid. I'm going to try this cute little play at the blue line. Oh, shit, I turned it over. Damn it, there he goes. That's your mindset. Whoever plays against McDavid, no turnovers. It's 100% sure on plays. Defense totally aware. And in saying that, he can still burn you. Like that's the thing. That's how good him and Leon are. But it's definitely going to make you more aware. But easier said than done. Wally, he's the best player in the world for a reason.
Last year, the Edmonton Oilers 2-4-1 in their first 7 to start the season. They're 2-3-1 at the moment. So we all know how that season ended for Edmonton.
Exactly.
So just one more game before they catch fire is all we're asking. Just one more game.
One more. Yeah, just stay asleep for tonight and move along. Who do they got next? Was Edmonton? They go off to Montreal or Toronto or something?
No, this is the end of a 5-game trip.
Okay. Sometimes good because of the last game of the trip. It's the old saying, guys are thinking about going home, but
they've lost 3 straight.
I know that's not good.
They do host Montreal on the 20th, so on Thursday. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. They played the Rangers, Islanders, Devils, so they stayed probably in the same hotel for 3 games, and then they played Detroit.
Hey, you know who's coming in to take this one in tonight, Wally? Coming in from the big city of Montreal.
Oh, that sounds like an Alex Degg to me.
Oh yeah, the Daggle's going to be in the house tonight. He'll be down. He'll be down at the pregame skate. I know you're going after, so make sure you got to go over and say hello and see how he's doing and check in. You appreciate that?
I do owe him a mug.
Do you have a mug for him?
Wow, I mean he's been on for 3 times, and then I just guilt them the rest of the time. Like, hey, I did give you a mug. Like, come on, you got to come back on.
Does he have the mug yet?
No, he doesn't. I owe him one.
Well, bring him a mug this morning. You know how much that would mean to him if you brought him a mug?
I might bring him a mug.
Bring him a mug. And get a picture when you give him the mug today. It'll be great.
All right. I got to get out of here then. So we'll chat with you on Thursday, Yorkie. Oh, wait. You're off Thursday. Graham and I will be back working on the guest.
No, I'll be here Thursday.
I thought you said. Oh no, you're leaving after. I apologize.
Yeah.
I can't keep your schedule straight.
Yeah. Good.
See you all Thursday, everybody.
Yeah. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Coming In Hot. If you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe to never miss an episode.